What is up, Konnekt7 Tribe? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 11, titled Unresolved Pain. And before I get into this episode, let me just share the announcements because I'm about to go really deep for you all. So, the announcements: if you are new to the podcast, follow me on Instagram at Konnekt7. That is the new page. So Konnekt 7, and also on YouTube. So if you're just listening to the podcast for the first time, you can also see it on video as well. YouTube, and if you listen to it on Podbean and Apple Podcasts, you should also be able to click on the video as well. And click on the podcast, click play, and then you should also be able to see the video on there as well. Those two I am for sure you can see. The other streams, I'm not sure. So I know we're on Spotify, but I'm not sure if you can see the videos. But anyways, we're on video, so check that out. And this is another important announcement. So if you want to support the podcast and become a part of the cause that connects people, you can become a patron of Konnekt7. Basically, the goal right now that I'm hoping to achieve is to bring in at least $1,000 a month for the podcast. Now, the money helps with ongoing production fees, hosting costs, hiring a video editor, a studio for the podcast, and new equipment for the studio. And you can pledge or donate a month. $1, $5 is really up to you. Anything helps. And literally, if you're up to the cause and you just love the value the podcast brings to you, just click on the link. It'll be in the description in every podcast, I believe. But just in case you're new, or those of you who have been following the podcast and you just didn't know, there is a link in the description of the episode next to become a patron. So you can click on there. It should take you to the link. And then from there, you can choose however much that you want. $1 literally helps a month. $5, like I said, literally anything helps because it's going into Konnekt7 and making everything better. And I like better. Let's evolve everything, right? So that is it for the announcements. Now let us go into the fun fact. Also, note, you're going to keep seeing me looking down if you're listening to or watching the podcast. That's because my notes are down here. And I need to make sure I stay on track, right? Because your boy can go everywhere, and we don't want that. Now, all right, fun fact, because it's Rona time. This is very interesting. So Kleenex tissues were originally used as filters and gas masks. Didn't know that. They were originally developed as crepe paper and used for gas mask filters. The actual Kleenex products we know of today evolved from that by accident. Wow, so something everybody, you need a Kleenex, that was actually a filter and gas mask. I just thought that was interesting. But there you go, fun fact for you all. Now let us get into this episode. So my intention, right? Because we're all getting into that energy lately. Intention. So my intention is for you all to resolve your unresolved pain. It will free you, right? So this is my intention. Because I've noticed also too, in the tribe, in the Konnekt7 Tribe, a lot of us have unresolved pain. And something that I heard of before that I was very reluctant to accept, but I just had to accept it as truth because, I don't know, it was interesting to me. But someone or something I heard said that pain connects us all. And I was just like, I don't think so. I don't want to subscribe to that. But when I really thought about it, when I like to connect with people and go deeper, the pain, that's always something that's very interesting. Like, so how do you resolve your pain? How do you face your pain? What is it that you've been through and what has it taught you? Like, that's the deep stuff, you know, some things that people are uncomfortable talking about. But that is something that I just found like, oh, wow, that is kind of a connector there. Those are the people that you connect with who has similarities to your pain. There's this connection there. And it was very uncomfortable for me to accept that. But once I really looked at it and it became open, it opened that door. Now, I hope you pay attention to what I just said, because there's going to be there were some keys and some nuggets in there. So let's get into this. I'm going to break this episode. So this topic, I'm going to break this topic up in 4 points, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points. The first one is, what is unresolved pain and how is it affecting you today? Number 2 is your reward. Number 3 is facing it. And number 4 is liberation and passing it on. So let's go into the first part. What is unresolved pain and how is it affecting you today? I'm going to keep all of this super simple because everybody in the tribe, we catch on to things quick. So the first thing I'm going to say is that simply it's just a knot in your flow, in your energy. So how you flow, your being, all that, it's a knot, right? So unresolved pain is a knot, a hiccup. Something's not smooth there. You might want to focus on that. And it's affecting you by causing constant repeats and patterns that will bring you back to that unresolved pain. Now, there's something very important I really want you to understand, is that you create experiences in your life via the state of your internal space. If there is unresolved, gotta flip the page. If there is unresolved pain there, it will create experiences to highlight that pain, right? So I'm going to repeat that for you just so you all can get that. Understand that you create experiences in your life via the state of your internal space. If there is unresolved pain there, it will create experiences to highlight that pain. So let me give you some examples. If you have, I'm going to go with something super common. If you have a pain, right, like with an ex that hurts you by constantly lying to you. So there's trust issues going on in there, right, with that internal space of yours. So now, because you didn't face that, you didn't really ask yourself, okay, how did I contribute to that? What signs did I ignore? Whatever it is. Because I want y'all to know that as I'm really connecting and teaching y'all this, all of y'all have the power to change all of this. So why I keep saying you and not them is because you can change this. You don't need a permission to change this, but we're going to get back on topic here. So something happening with that ex is causing you to have these trust issues and all of that, right? And you didn't face it. It was bothering you. You didn't face it. You didn't resolve it. So now that leads into you possibly getting into another relationship. And now your first thing or second thing may be, let me see if he has signs like the last one or the last girl, right? If she has signs like the last one. So because you haven't resolved it, you're going to start seeing or trying to look for these patterns because it wasn't resolved in yourself first, right? That's a simple one. Another one could be, I want to go deeper with you all, right? I really want to go deeper with you all. Let's just say that there is unresolved issues with people constantly, we'll just say, doing things that put us we're just going to say cause a lot of pain for us. So we keep attracting people that does something to put us in pain, some type of pain. It doesn't have to be physically, but it could be emotionally, right? So if you don't resolve what that is, like, why is it that I keep attracting these people? What is it in me that's like, hey, come in, like that is a magnet to this? What is it? If you don't face it and realize what it is, it's going to keep happening. It'll be new faces, but same experiences, right? And then if you don't face it, you're going to have this belief that people are messed up or the world is effed up, when in fact, it's just you needing to clear up that knot that's going on inside of you. Now, that is what unresolved pain is and how it affects you today. So just a quick recap, it's a knot in your energy. right? It's just something that you just haven't resolved. And so how it's affecting you is that it will repeat, cause patterns for you to face it, for you to go in there and, hey, you need to fix me. There's something going on in here. Now, we're going to get into the facing, but we're going to go into the second part of this, which is your reward, right? So there's a reward for you for facing this, okay? Because some people, they have stuff and they don't want to face it. And I think, can't speak for everybody, but what I have experienced for 97% of the people I have been around is that they do not want to face their stuff because it's very painful and that's all they focus on. But in reality, there is actually a reward for you facing that. But before you can get into the facing, let me tell you the reward. Okay, so like I said, now that you know what it is, what the unresolved pain is and how it's affecting you, let's talk about how you claim your reward. So your reward is the understanding, strength, or piece of you that was buried beneath the pain. So I'm gonna stop right there and I'm gonna explain that. So your reward is the understanding. That part is understanding, what is that pain? Where did it come from? How did it happen? What led up to that? How did you contribute to that, right? Or, let me slow it down a little bit more. Understanding is big. When you understand why something is happening, it puts you in a very strong position. You have an advantage now because now you know what happened. You understand it now. That's like half the battle right there, right? So that's big. That's a big reward, especially like, have you ever just been through like going through something and you just do not know for the life of you why? But once you get it, like why it's happening, it just clears everything up for you. Yes, that's big. That's a reward right there. Don't take that lightly. The second thing that I said is strength. Now, some of us have been through some very painful things that we probably wouldn't. If someone was to tell us we're going to go through this, we were like, yeah, no, I refuse. And if you were to get the result, it's different. Let me explain that because it's so many areas. Let's just say, for example, that someone broke your heart, right? And that same someone, time goes by, you do some healing, some work on that same someone has their heart broken. The same way it happened to you, right? But you're there helping them get through that heartbreak. And what you'll discover there may be, wow, like I would have never seen myself doing this. There's a strength that was there that I didn't know, that I could help the person that hurt me and not have any negative, feelings towards that person, or not have any negative motives to helping that person, right? There are strengths specifically. There are strengths within us that when we resolve certain pains, it is unleashed because we're literally facing it. We're getting to the bottom of it, right? And that strength comes in many different forms. It could be a strength in character, a strength in emotional intelligence, a strength in, just your spirituality, your strength in your mentality. There is strength in there, right? That could be your reward. Hell, you might get understanding and understanding and strength. And the third thing is a piece of you that was buried beneath the pain. Now, like I said earlier, it's a knot in your energy. So there is something in that knot, and that's a piece of your energy, right? That's a piece of you that was just buried beneath all of that. That piece of you may be something that you really need right now, right? Have you ever been through something so painful that you felt like you lost a part of yourself in that? Maybe it was your happiness, maybe it was your adventure, maybe it was just your curiosity or the way you've seen life. Sometimes that gets lost in the pain. So we need to go back in there, face it, clean it out, resolve it, and get that part of ourselves back so that we can be complete. So that is a reward as well. Now, you want to face the unresolved pain for you. your freedom and to claim what was buried. Now, notice I didn't say you need to do this for them or so that other people can feel better. This is all for you. So I want you to notice that I'm focusing on you. Ain't talk about nobody else, right? So that is your reward. It may not seem like, oh, I won $10,000 or I won $1 million. Well, honestly, maybe I'm getting into that. But literally, that is a reward for you. So my intention of telling you that part is to change your perspective in facing your unresolved pain, right? Don't look at it as it's just, I don't want to deal with it because it's all bad. Like, no, like, hey, there's something in there I need to get. I'm tired of feeling this way. I need to go ahead and get what I need to get. Now, like I said, I hope you guys have been paying attention because I've been throwing some little keys and nuggets in there. So now we're going to get to the third part, which is facing it. So we finally get to the part of facing it. So facing it requires 6 tools that I have discovered when it comes to just facing my own shit and what I've seen in other people. Hey, give me a second, guys. I gotta drink my water. Here. I done dropped the cap. Anyways, okay, we're back. So facing it requires 6 tools. They are 1, imagination. 2, a strong mindset. 3, non-judgment. 4, new perspective. 5, openness. And 6, a close friend or a fellow tribe member to help you out. Now, let me break all of this up because some of y'all like imagination. Yes, imagination. I had to hit y'all with a little SpongeBob. And I don't like him, so I don't want y'all to think I like SpongeBob. So anyways, imagination. You need imagination simply to create a space to observe it and face it, right? There's a lot of things we can do with our imagination. That's how we get ideas. That's how solutions come. But you can also use your imagination to fix your internal space, fix things that's going on inside of yourself. You are a creator. You are very powerful. When you use your imagination to help you, you open up doors. Now, since you are already part of the Konnekt7 Tribe, I'm pretty sure you have multiple experiences with this, but now you know there's another way you can use your imagination. So you can create a space to observe it and face it. An example of creating a space, something that I normally do is let's just say there was an issue that I had with a person, I just create a white room, right? And in this white room, I may either see the person, visualize them, or I do something different. If it's something that happened to me in my past, I pretend I'm in a movie theater and I'm replaying what was going on as if like I was watching it at the movie. That way I'm not seeing myself as in it, but I'm seeing myself as observing it, right? Which is huge. So you want to create this space, right? This environment for you to observe it or face it. This is where you get creative. So imagine if you have a safe space where everything is all peaceful and clean and clear, bring it there so it can be all peaceful, clean and clear. If you're the type you need to observe it and see what's going on, do the movie theater thing, but use your imagination. You're part of the tribe, so I'm sure you have a very good imagination. The second part is a strong mindset. Now, your mindset has to be on understanding the pain and what it needs to reveal to you about you, right? Now, I want to explain this very clear and carefully. So, that first part, your mindset has to be on understanding the pain, right? You want to go in like, I really want to understand the pain, not like, oh, I'm just going in there to replay it so I can be hurt again. No, your mind has to be set as I'm going into this to understand what the hell happened, right? What is going on with me? Why am I experiencing this? So that's the first part. The second part is also understanding what it needs to reveal to you about you. So that could be how you contributed to the pain. That could be how maybe you didn't listen to maybe your intuition when you knew you should have, or it could have been something that was outside of your control and you thought it was your fault and it wasn't, or it could be whatever it is, but it's something in there that pain is going to reveal to you about yourself, right? And that's what I mean. You need to have that strong mindset of coming in clearly knowing I'm trying to understand it and I need to see how I contributed to it. What is it that it needs to tell me about me? And that is a very strong mindset. So that may take some time for you to get in there, but I promise you, if you come in that way, you come in strong, you're going to be good. You know, that's the second ingredient, right? So the imagination and the strong mindset, we dealing up here, right? Now, the next thing is non-judgment. So have no judgment. Don't judge yourself or how you handled it at the time, because you did the best that you knew how, right? Nobody gave, not like when it happened, the world didn't pause and say, hey, here's a blueprint. Yeah, they made you feel like shit. Okay. Instead of cussing them out like you're about to do plan B. Just look at them and understand that they were hurt, right? Okay, now we're gonna let's play on your life. Okay, ready? You got it, Tiger. Boom. No, right? It didn't happen that way. You knew the best that you did the best that you knew how. So, hey, you snapped, you know, you cried, but that's what you knew what to do, right? You did your best. So you don't want to judge yourself. You want to come in, like I said, if you're in a movie theater and you're watching the movie or you're replaying it like you're in a theater, don't be so into it, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that or I should have did this. No, observe it. See what happened, right? Allow yourself to see more, right? So don't judge yourself. Now, we're going to go to a new perspective. Okay? So this one might be a little hard for some of you, but I guarantee you, if you use these tools, it's going to help y'all a lot. Now, this new perspective. So adopt this if you can. It's going to help you. Adopt this perspective. Everything in life serves me for my highest good. Right? I'll say that again. Everything in life serves me for my highest good. So if you have that perspective that all of this pain or whatever that's happened is serving you, you automatically are putting yourself like in a fantastic position. You're giving yourself the advantage. Like, okay, this is serving me. I don't understand it now, but I know I can. Let me see how this is serving me. How does this benefit me to be the best me? Because obviously something's happening here. So adopt that perspective. You'll need that. So this also includes the unresolved pain. Whatever it is, coming in with that perspective, like, okay, this serves me somehow. Let me look into this. So the next one is openness. Whew. Openness. So you need to be completely open to facing it. Not halfway, not 25% of the way, not a little bit. Nah, I'm gonna just face it a little bit because, you know, I don't want to get too, I don't want to open that door. I'm gonna need you to sling that motherfucking door open. That's what I'm gonna need you to do. Or open it all the way, god damn it. Hell, that's what you need to do, okay? Any restrictions or closed-mindedness or resistance will make facing the pain very hard and could result in stopping the process altogether. So if you hesitate even a little bit, resist even a little bit, you're just making it worse, right? It's not cute. I'm just letting you know now. I promise you guys, it's not the best. Been there, done that. So just in case some of y'all are like, oh, okay, that sounds good, and you gonna, you know, throw that over your head. Let me share with you what happens when you do that. When you resist or you're a little bit closed-minded, you're gonna stop. Then you'll get an attitude, and it's gonna feel like something is stuck inside of you, and that's stuck feeling is gonna cause irritation. It's gonna cause you just your whole flow to be thrown off. People that you don't want to deal with gonna bother you. They just gonna take up your time and attention. The things that you was working on just seems like everything is just going wrong. And when you finally sit your ass back down and you face it, it's just like you be open all over again. It's like, oh, okay, it all goes away. So that's what is waiting for that ass when you're not being open. Just saying. You want to try me and go ahead and do it, by all means, go ahead and do it, but it's a no for me. I give that all those experiences, I give them 1 stars. Okay, 1 star. That's what I give those experiences. But if y'all want to go ahead and try it, you know, you want to be a little hard-headed. You know, they say hard head make a soft ass. But anyways, let us go to the 6th tool. The 6th tool is a close friend or fellow tribe member to help you out. Basically, sometimes in facing our own stuff, we reach gaps, right? Or moments where we really just don't have the answers. Now, a close friend or someone part of the tribe usually has a piece to help you out. Trust your intuition on literally who it is. What that simply means is that you're going to be stuck. You're going to have something that there's going to be answers that you don't have. And someone, you know, sometimes your intuition may say you might want to hit up this person or shoot up this person, right? By shoot up, I mean message, you know, contact. Got to be specific nowadays. And, you know, let them know what's going on. And I promise you, when you listen to your intuition, they're going to tell you something, a story, or hell, they may literally be going through the same thing and they're just a little bit further ahead of you, and they can give you something that will definitely help you out. So these 6 tools is what I have discovered will help you all when it comes to facing your stuff. Now, to bring all of these 6 tools together, like I said, you literally have to have, let me flip back over because I want to be on this. You literally have to have all of the tools together, right? You just need to use them all, and you need to take time. I would say meditate. I have come to find that in resolving my own issues and my challenges, my pain, is that I first had to literally set the time to do it. I've had to take more than an hour. Personally, if it's really important for you, you would take a day if you really got some stuff going on, or it may take days and you need to set specific times. You need to prioritize that to get your stuff together, because you're not going to do it all in one day. That would be great, but sometimes these things take time because we have other responsibilities. But I found that if you take at least, I'm going to go with 2 hours. If you at least take 2 hours of your day, or whatever time that it works for you, to really just sit down and apply all of these tools, and sit down, and I say meditate or face it or speak to yourself, but at least be alone where you're not distracted, phone off, doors closed, nobody bothering you, and just go ahead and sit down in your stuff and really just figure out what's going on. You can do it. Now, of course, those of you who are in the tribe, everybody different, right? I just gave you the tools, but you can use those tools however it works for you. Some of us, we make music in the tribe, right? Some of us, we're artistic. We draw our stuff. Some of us, we like to exercise. So we might get all of that by exercising. So your space, your creative space, that imagination to do all of that might be for you to, when you're sitting down making your music, or you're in the studio, or you're out at the park, or you're riding your bike, or you're cooking, literally, or cleaning. So use the tools that I've given you and adopt them in your own flow of things, how it works for you. If you get this stuff when you're in the shower, maybe that's your best time to do it. If you're the type, okay, you do it late at night, by all means. My whole point of this is that I'm recognizing that all of us are different in the tribe, yet we have the same experiences that we go through. Just a little bit of different seasonings, but you know, same thing. But you just adopt it into your own flow. So these are what I have discovered that not only helps me, but it has helped other people in the tribe that I have connected with, and it has worked wonders. It's up to you really to face it and do it, but I promise you it will be freeing you. You will be liberated, which actually leads to the 4th thing, which is liberation and passing it on. So what will happen next, and sooner rather than later, is that you've liberated yourself, right? You went through the pain, you faced it, you understood it, you seen what it was, you got everything that you needed. You a whole different person. What's gonna happen, like I said, sooner rather than later, is you're gonna meet a person. You're gonna meet someone who's going through the same thing you just went through, right? That you went through. So past tense, you just resolved it, you feel good, but now you're gonna meet somebody who is going through what you just got over, right? Now this is what this means. This is the part. So you were liberated. That's the liberation part. Now this is where we reach the passing on. This is your opportunity to teach them and also finish the process of resolving your pain. All right? Because you'll get to experience the version of you that got through it and can share what you've learned. And that is the big key right there. Because if you can teach it, that means you understand it and you know what you're talking about. That is literally the last part of the resolving the pain, because you're now able to be in a position to share it with someone who is going through or went through what you went through. And I promise you, they're gonna look at you like you are some angel, or you were like, oh my gosh, like the ancestors must have lined us up or something. Or they're gonna look at you like you're a mind reader. And it's just like the secret to that, y'all. Now, you know, we in a tribe, so we're gonna keep this in the tribe. The secret to that, literally, is because you went through it by yourself. You did it. You know what I mean? Someone told you, you share with them. They're gonna look at you like you're a mind reader. And it's like, bruh, I know exactly what you're going through because I just went through it. That's the secret, guys. You did it yourself. That's really what it is. It's not really a secret, but it's a secret because they don't know. But they're gonna look at you like, oh my God, like, you're so wise. How did you know this? And it's like, well, if you were to see me 2 weeks ago, your boy was not looking so radiant, but now here I am. You're welcome. Right? So guys, that's the liberation and that's the passing it on. Once you do that, then you did what you needed to do. You gonna feel good. The pain is resolved. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Usually I want to say, and that's it, guys, but we're all having human experiences here, so that means that there's most likely is gonna be some other pain that's gonna pop up too. Yay! But I will tell you, like I was telling, actually I remember having this conversation with Brandon, and actually no, not just him, Brandon and some other people. But the conversation was simply put, yeah, you're gonna get through it. Something else may come up, but what's going to be different about that is you have the tools now to resolve it. You now understand, you have the perspective. Okay, this is serving me, right? So you're going to be better. Each time it happens, you're better. You're more prepared. You have more experience. It lessens, right? You get through it quicker. You get what you need to quicker. But in all of that, you get to understand yourself more, and it will reveal deeper things about yourself. Life is all about growing and evolving. And through these experiences, the pain that connects us, the pain that we go through, and then we're able to teach it and share it to others to help them resolve it, passing it on, right? But hey, you know, not saying that is bad. It really does serve you, and ultimately it does serve the collective. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it to you guys. I ain't gonna end it there like, oh, then that's it. Yeah, you might got some stuff going on in there. But I will tell you that once you do it enough, this is tricky. I'm gonna do my best to explain it, but once you do it enough, you start to evolve into this being that doesn't really need those painful experiences anymore, right? You start to just get into this unique flow of yours that, okay, I don't need to go through that. I don't need to have that type of experience to learn what I need to learn. Let me listen. Let me get this over here, all right? Let me just let it come to me. If I just do everything I know I need to do, it'll just fall right in my lap and I'll get it. And that's the best way I can describe it to you. And that's all I can say is just look forward to that next step. But for now, where you're at, just get the tools and utilize them. Now, that is it for that part, my guys. So now, it is time for the gut check. Ooh, let me put my glasses on now, y'all. I was trying to go a long episode without putting them on, but you know, I had to put my blue lights on because my eyes bother me a little bit. But anyways, okay, let's get into the gut check. I'm so excited for this. My girlfriend is always gut checking me, so I felt like I'm gonna gut check y'all. You know, we gonna share the energy, like I said. You know, she's always coming for me, and she's like, "But I'm not being mean." You know, the gut check is it's not. Anyways, because we just had to. I know she's watching this. That's why I'm saying it. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this later. So the gut check for you all is take a breath. Cause I'm coming for some of y'all. I don't want y'all to think that I didn't forget this part, because there's a couple of people in the tribe, and there's also I hear this amongst other successful people. So I'm gonna say this. This is my question to you. What unresolved pain are you holding on to and telling yourself that you're using it to fuel you? I'm gonna ask you again. What unresolved pain are you holding on to and telling yourself that you're using it to fuel you? Give you a second there to answer that. Most of the time you already know what it is. And some of y'all, because I love connecting with people. And I'm sure those of like us in the tribe who y'all hear this question, y'all smiling like, oh, I don't know, it's just this guilty smile that we have in the tribe when someone hits something on the head and we all know, but we haven't said it, and we just start smiling. I just know some of y'all smiling like, okay, I feel like he talking about me. Well, if you feel like it, that's good. I'm doing my job. So let me just tell you, doing this is only delaying you from resolving the pain and from being the better version of who you are today. So I'm gonna say that again. Doing this, you know, not resolving the pain, using that unresolved pain as fuel. Doing this is only delaying you from resolving the pain and being the better version of who you are today. Now, for the 22% of y'all who don't do that, maybe you just don't know how to, right? Y'all just don't know how to, how to face it, how to resolve the pain. And so you've just used it to fuel you, and you just never was taught how to do it. And if you didn't, if you're one of those, if you're in the 22%, just use the tools I just gave you. You're going to be hunky-dory. But for the rest of y'all out there, I'm gonna need y'all to let that go. You're only delaying your greatness. You're delaying this amazing version of you that we all need, of you to come out. I'm just saying, we need that, and you're only delaying it. Now, you can change your fuel tank, get a different type of fuel by resolving some of the stuff that's going on. Once you do that, everything will be hunky-dory. And then some. Free yourself. Free you so that you can free others, right? Write that down. So, now we're reaching the last part of the episode, which is the advice column. So if you're new to the episode, basically what you do is just message me on IG or Facebook, the Messenger, for advice on how to connect better with yourself or those around you. And I usually just pick two and answer them in the next episode. So I have two that came in, and the first one is from Veronica. And Veronica says, I'm having a hard time connecting to those around me. I feel like an alien in that I'm on a whole different wavelength from them. Any advice on how I should move forward with this? Well, the first thing I'm going to say is welcome to the tribe, Veronica. I welcome you. On behalf of Konnekt7 and everyone in the tribe, I welcome you, because we kind of go through this a lot. So you're not alone. But to answer your question is, there's so much. There's so much I can say to this. So I'm gonna just go with the flow. You say you feel like an alien, that you're on a whole different wavelength for them. Any advice on how I should move forward with this? I'm gonna start with a question. Do you feel, so first off, if you've been feeling this for a while, let me ask you, is the current environment you are in, is that where you need to be? Do you sense that you need to be somewhere else? And if so, if you sense that you need to be somewhere else, that what you're experiencing is serving you and trying to tell you, hey, you need to go somewhere else, right? You've outgrown this space, right? So that's my question to you. And if you're experiencing that, then that means I would say follow your intuition and go somewhere else differently, right? If you may, I'm kind of sensing stuff like if you've been kind of getting the feeling that you might need to move somewhere, go to a different state, different city, or something that's just been telling you like pack your bags or something like that, I would really listen to that, because it seems like you may be not where you're supposed to be, like you've outgrown it. Now, if that is not the case, if that is not that, throw away what I just said. And because I don't know if I want to say throw away, because I'm really sensing things from you just from this question, is that there's just something like, you ain't supposed to be, you're not supposed to be over there. And what I'm sensing as well is that the people around you, they're either close friends or something, and you don't want to let them go, of some sort like that. Like you having a hard time letting people go. So that's what I'm sensing, right? I know you ain't asked for no reading or whatever, but this is what we got. So that's what I'm sensing, and you may need to let those people go and move forward. That is how you should move forward, is letting go. That's what I'm sensing, and or moving, right? That's just what I get from you. I know it's crazy times, but if it's meant for you, things will move and shake for you. So that's what I get for you, Veronica. I'm trying to see if I can give you some basic advice, some basic non-different things, but I guess that's not what's in the stars for you today, Veronica. So yeah, I would really just say really listen to your intuition and just start connecting more with people who are on your wavelength. I would say, okay, the closest to the basic advice I can give you is go to places that you really enjoy and meet people who are at least on that part of your wavelength. But I feel like I'm just giving you some low vibration advice, so I think you just should either move or let go, like I was saying. So that's what I'm getting for you, Veronica. Now, the second question is from Baisha, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, so I'm gonna go with Baisha. She says that I'm in a relationship with this guy. Everything is great, but I fear that I'll mess everything up. Any advice on how to avoid this? Well, Baisha, I would say the first big red flag that I see for you is that you have this fear. So there we go with the episode. I would face that fear. Why is it that you feel like you'll mess everything up? My advice to you is to take some time and really sit down, analyze, face, understand, conquer, and the action steps that come with it, that follows that, go from there. But you need to address that fear first and see why you feel that way. Now, if everything is going great, and let's just say y'all communication is good, I don't know how long y'all been dating, but if everything is good, I would also, to communicate, I would also let them know, like, hey, and just be upfront, be very upfront. Hey, I just want you to not think everything's going great, but I just have this fear, like, I'm gonna mess everything up. But I'm going to address that fear and fix it. And you doing that person may help you resolve it. It could be a team. Like if this person is great, like you said, that person can be really good for helping you resolve that fear. And you never know, that might open the door for some of his stuff, and y'all can help each other, right? So that could be a win-win for the relationship. But I would say address that fear first. There is really no other action that I would recommend that you do besides addressing that fear, because if you don't, you're going to look for things and attract things to ruin it. So work on that fear and the relationship should be gravy. So guys, with that is it for this episode I thank you for your time. I thank you for pressing play. I'm trying to see if there's more. No, there isn't. So that is it, guys. I will see you all next Tuesday. And for those of you who, again, want to become a patron, click on the link. I thank you in advance. It's definitely going to help evolve the podcast so much more. There's a vision to just connect with more people. And not only that, but one of the things that I see a part of the vision is connecting with people and also being able to help them. So being able to create jobs for other people to make income, you know what I mean? So that will definitely help with the cause, guys. I greatly appreciate you. Like I said, it'll really help. Anything helps. You guys are amazing. I look forward to the next episode. And with that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Later.